Oh. Did we fix it? Hopefully we fixed it. Oh. Hopefully our audio's in check. But the pity about this, le petit, is that le petit is that we lost all the likes that you guys worked so hard on, which I feel bad about because that's my fault since I had to reset the stream. And you guys have already gone hard and got 8,000 likes, so that's been affected. But let me just say right now, thank you for being absolute legends, and hopefully if we hang out here, continue painting, we'll get back there with a bit of luck. I put these guidelines down, but like I say, they're more guidelines than actual rules. They're there, but they're there to be played with, toyed with. Any good guideline should be flexible, team. Taylor, I am. Huffer have looked after me, guys. I did some recent posts about it, but Huffer have got me in. I'm going to clean them because I got a little bit of paint on them there, which is a disaster. It's brand new clothing. I never wear brand new, so it's got a little bit of white, yellow there, and a little bit of yellow there. So I'll get them cleaned up when I go home. It's acrylic, so it won't be too hard, but they've got me in this clothing, and they've got me in an outfit tomorrow as well, and it's kind of fun. It's a bit baggier than what I normally wear. I don't normally wear fat pants, but there's artwork by a renowned New Zealand artist. I just forgot his name, but it's all over it, which is kind of fun. So it's like fat pants, but they're artsy fat pants. Let's get a little bit of black. A little bit of black, just a touch of black, team. And since we had to restart the live to get the sound to sync, I'd absolutely love it. You'd be an absolute legend if you could just keep tapping the like button to try and get us back up to where we were. You absolute legend. Howdy, Ryan. Welcome on in. Yeah, security cones. Nah, honestly, I did a few more things to get the all the paint gear off the ground, so that way it's completely safe for dogs. Like, you know, they can run absolutely rampant, but honestly, we like that you're in the wild, guys. We've come to a public walking track, so since we're on a public walking track, expect dogs, confused people, happy people, children, adults. Expect everything, because you're gonna get it. You're absolutely gonna get it. Painting in the wildy. Painting in level 40 wilderness. Does it go up to level 40? I know it went to level 30. It's wilderness level 40, I think. For those who don't know, we're talking about RuneScape. There we go. Lovely. Alright, from here, we put down a plate and we will swap to a slightly bigger brush. That down there. Slightly different plate, slightly bigger brush. Stab that in there. And let's do a bit of red. Rojo. Is it the name for red? Rojo? Here it goes. Okay. this one here and there like that. And back up we come. Brush, we're away. Red time, baby. Purple equals roxo, but red's rojo, right? Orange is naranja. Naranja, oranja. Naranja, azul for blue. Azul for blue. What else is there? There's azul for blue. Down here, what is this color? Verde, green, amarillo, yellow. What else is there? You can see. That's impressive. You know, seeing is a fun part, but not a crucial part of art. What we want to see early on, not faces, not things, just wild paint. Start chaotically, build in the facts, one step at a time, one little paint stroke at a time actually. You're going to go on an adventure?
Yeah.
You know what would slap, Shelby?
What?
If you go far enough on your adventure and you end out there in the wilderness in the middle of nowhere, you're wondering what's a cool thing to bring back? Some soda water. Absolutely.
You know,
slap.
I nearly got some out of the car, but you've got the keys.
I got the keys. That's so rough. All right.
Yeah. I was going to go on an adventure in the opposite direction though.
Do we have soda water in the car?
Yeah.
Jeepers, that's exciting.
No.
So I don't have to wait the whole time till we get home
No.
to have some water. That's
They also
cool.
have Hallertau beers at the cafe.
But you didn't sneak one out of the restaurant? to bring it?
No. I thought about it.
You thought about it, yeah, fair enough.
It's
You know, go for a walk in that direction, keep
going
people
for an
happy?
adventure, yeah.
Happy days. Do your thing, darling. See you later, Cooper. See you soon. Painting in the fresh white Huppy tea, and the tea's spotless. Look, Cheddar, it's not. I've already got $1 of $1 of yellow paint on it, which is okay. It's not the end of the world, but it did happen. Woo-wee. Do you remember me from Indonesia? Ian, of course I do. Well, I am. Of course I do. With a name like that, who could forget? Who could forget? Splash that right there. There. Just realise it's too gentle as we go. I say realising because I haven't painted them before. And so it's not about actually just immediately capturing them and saying, job's done. It's actually about nursing painting through as I learn more about them. I say learn about them, these aren't just black glasses that he's wearing. They're on an angle, and shades and moments, and touch points. And to actually make the painting come alive, you need to feel all these little spots, one after another. Around the face, on the face, the brow, the little pockets here and there. You need to make a relationship. It sounds so cheesy to say it, but a relationship with the artwork. And if the relationship is good, if you make the artwork right, what will happen is you won't want to give it away. If the artwork's made right, you won't want to give it away. I had that recently with two works. First one, 700 Springs Ranch, guys. Painting at a Texas ranch. Shelby and I were sad to see that go. We had that up and I was examining it for a few days. Just mulling over whether it was finished or needed more on it. And I was just like, this is the kind of painting that I just want to keep. This is exactly what this house needs. It's this beautiful dark walnut double layered frame on it. It was just everything that I wanted. And Anyway, I obviously had to send it to Texas, but I wanted to keep that team. I wanted to keep it. That being said, Prince, now that it's arrived at location, Josh, the owner of 700 Springs Ranch, hasn't opened the box yet. So we haven't released the Prince of 700 Springs Ranch yet. Once it's at his place, he's surprising his partner with it. Once he surprises, I hope she doesn't watch this TikTok channel. That'll be a disaster. Then I will be able to release the Prince, but I don't like making the Prince available until the owner of the commission has it first, because it's their moment. You know, prints are important, they're beautiful things, I love them to bits, but having your moment in the spotlight, the only person who's seen it in the flesh, because the prints are really realistic, guys. It's important, the only person to see it in the flesh is the owner. It's coming to you first. And the first person besides me, or my very close-knit community, to see it, you know, and really judge it and examine it and see me through it is the collector. And I think that's kind of fair. So anyway, soon on 700 Springs Ranch. And the other one that had a really cheeky, cute, colourful element to it, that the more you looked at it, the more you saw kind of a fun piece, kind of made you think, kind of made you stare for longer than you expected you would, and then come back for more, was A Kiss Goodbye. It was a smaller piece. It was 23 inches by 23 inches, plus the frame, and it just had this subtle cheekiness to it. It was it wouldn't give you everything, but you'd keep coming back for more and getting more from it. It was kind of cool. That was another one that I wish I didn't have to send away. Coming up here, where am I today? I'm out with a whole bunch of bird songs, which is beautiful. I haven't had so many birds in one place for the longest of times. This is absolutely wonderful. And Carlos, yeah, normally my clothes are from op shops, and in this case here, I'm very, very lucky because I'm teaming up with Huffer over the next 3 days. We're wearing Huffer clothing. We're going to be on a few talking things, and Huffer, I'm going to try and make these clothes last for as long as possible, but Huffer completely understand that I get paint on things. And you know what? We might just make these Huffer clothes into a completely separate, unique piece of art. Accidentally, but it may happen. The painting on the ranch is beautiful. Yeah, Brian. Brian, I like that one. Speaking of paintings though, team, someone just started a chainsaw. The prints of first edition dahlias are getting released today. So literally after this painting set, I go home and they turn on. So in the next 3 to 4 hours, dahlias is going to be available to the world. So if you like the flower artwork, the more bless me. If you like the flower artwork and you like the more abstract style to it, the textural elements, now for the next little while, thank you, bless you too, Naughty. For the next little while is your only chance to get the first edition prints. So if you want an unlimited print, they'll be available forever. Open editions permanently available. If you want it signed and numbered, so signed and numbered, they are only available for a very brief window. And there's only 10. Only 10. So if you just want to collect beautiful artwork to have in your home, that'll always be available. There's no hurry. If you want first edition, first edition's going to be up in 3 to 4 hours, and there's only 10. And also first edition too, guys. They're bigger. First edition's about as big as this. open edition is half the size and then half the size again. That's what happens there. How do you feel about the I don't know who that is. That confuses me. Don't forget to apply sunblock. That's true, actually. It's not with my kit here, so we'll get a little bit of sun. But we'll head in before we get sunburned, promise you that. Whoever getting this done, do they know you paint on the beach like this? Cool creative space. Yeah, so typically, most of the people who buy the artwork, most of the collectors actually have been followers for some time. You know, they see the style developing, it gets into no two pictures are the same. No two pictures are the same. Once it becomes repetitive, it's not art anymore, it's craft. And we're into making art. So as my style slowly drifts, and it's so gentle and subtle, but as it slowly moves, a collector sometimes goes, now's my moment. Now, been watching for a while, I want this picture done. And I love being here for that. And some collectors haven't bought yet, but they're still just watching. And some collectors go, right, it's the perfect season. Now it's time for my piece. Spring, summer. All these factors come into it. All these factors. But no, I think I would expect someone to follow me for usually 6 to 8 months before they really get serious about thinking, right, it's my turn now, I'm going to jump in line for a commission. 6 to 8 months is a good amount of time. It really lets you get a feel for the artist, because that's important, team. Art's like a long-term relationship. You've got it in your house permanently. Art's not something you do like a one-night stand where you just go, right, and that one, you know. Never do that with art. Don't buy it excitedly. Buy it methodically, carefully, and make the decision that's meaningful. So if you watch me as an artist and you watch the art progressing, or any artist progressing, make sure that you actually watch it, you like it, and you match the artist's intentions. When I say match the artist's intentions, with a commission, you never know what it's going to look like at the end. But if you believe in what the artist believes in, you can get behind the process that'll get you to that end point. But you have to believe and have that mutual understanding. The worst thing that could happen to you as a collector is if you purchased a piece of artwork off an artist and then found out there was someone other than who you thought you were buying art from. You need to be able to believe who you're buying art from. So, collectors, make sure you know who you're buying art from. Not that you need my feedback on that. And artists, me and whoever else, you have a responsibility to put your true self out there for starters, but also to build trust. Gotta build trust. People have to believe that actually, when you say something, that you mean it. If you don't mean what you say, if you don't walk the walk, if you don't, I see a lot of artists always the same thing, about expressing myself and I'm inspired by this. What are you actually inspired by? Who are you actually when the camera's off? When no one's looking? When you're by yourself? You know, what reels do you actually find funny when you're sitting there at night scrolling your phone? What's actually good for you? So for me, I'm a father, first and foremost now. That's been a new change in my life. Father, first and foremost, a partner and a son. That's my big three. I believe I'm stupid and arrogant enough to believe that I can put good out there in the world through art. I think art can make the world a better place. It can't fix everything, but it's a great place for me to start. And I always previously thought it was a selfish pursuit, but when I first started doing these lives, I changed my mind on that and realized that this is something that actually the world needs more of. I believe everyone needs to dance more. I believe we all need to sing more. And most of all, I believe we all need to be a part of art in some way. Okay, I've ruined this test tube, guys. I just snapped it. So my perfect system is ruined. What do you do with your paintings? Do you sell them or keep them? Nadia, good question. The answer is both. I keep the last 3. So I keep 3 in my home at any given time. That's because art has value, Nadia. And you don't just want to have nothing, because art has value in vitalizing you, in making you feel human. If you're in a house with white walls, with nothing around you, they'll slowly close in. They'll make you feel numb. And that numbing feeling is the most dangerous feeling in all of humanity. If you're numb, you will lack empathy, you'll lack love, and you'll lack connection. And those are 3 dangerous things to lose. So art brings, it's not the whole picture, but it's a slice of the pie that brings love, empathy, and connection into your life, and vitality and joy. And so I keep 3 pictures with me all the time, and they kind of rotate, because sometimes a collector will take one of them off my hands and I'll replace it with another one, and I'll just keep these 3 sort of rotating, except for one abstract that I keep, because Shelby loves it to bits, but they'll just keep rotating. And then this one here and other ones are commissions. So although they'll stay, although I'll paint them, they'll head off to location once they're finished, dried, framed, and finished. But they'll have little impact on the few I like to keep. Because, guys, you've got to believe what you're selling in. It'd be scary if the owner of Toyota didn't own a Toyota, he owned a Nissan. It'd be scary if the owner of a barbershop didn't like haircuts. You know, these are red flags. In the same way, if you're an artist and you believe that you transpose vitality and joy and love, you've got to not a responsibility, but you've got to, you'd obviously want to have that in your own home. An artist that doesn't have art in their own home, it doesn't have to be their own, but art in their own home, should be a red flag for you, because if they truly believe there's value in the art, they should want to also embellish their life with it and have taste that would encourage them to pursue that art. Not always expensive art, of course, but like, who knows where art can be found? It can be found in a farmer's market for $50. That's affordable. Banksy is the opposite to everything you just said, but that's a different style. Let me meld with that one for a second. Nah, I disagree, Cheddar. I think Banksy's not the opposite of everything I just said. I think he's the other side of the same coin. I think you'd say like, oh, Banksy's the anti-art. Yeah, but then he became the only kind of real art we had left for a period, because art was in a weird space. G'day guys, how we doing?
You're not talking to yourself, are you?
No, there's a whole group of people here. Can't you see them?
Oh, right, yes, of course. Yes. Excuse
No,
me.
I'm out here
I don't
painting
wanna
in the
walk on
sun,
you, right?
guys, because I like to paint with fresh air.
Good on you.
They've got a fancy name for it. In French, they call it plein air painting,
Linear.
which sounds to me like plein air painting, so I just say it's painting outdoors.
Right, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
there's no need to be fancy and confusing. You can have a good time.
No. What a view you've got to paint if you wanted to paint a view.
Well, I didn't want to. I wanted to paint these lovely gentlemen here who've known each other and been together for 46 years. How long have you two been together for?
65.
Oh, that's...
Let me get another canvas. I'll paint you two. Here we go. Right. You've beaten them by how many years is that? That's 19 years you're ahead by.
He's 91 tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
I'm 88.
Well, I wish I had something more to give you, but I'll tell you what I can do. Congratulations,
Love,
sir.
That's the main thing.
Well, I'll show you some love and I'll give you some stickers. There we go. Congratulations.
This one's just coming up
Thank you
21.
very much.
He's the youngest of my 3 grandchildren that I used to bring here when they were this high to feed the ducks and walk around to here. One now is 26, the other one is 23 and in England and been to South America on scholarships last year for 6 months in Spanish.
I don't
and
talk,
he's
she
at
never
varsity
stops.
doing psychology in
Under
Wellington.
you. Yeah.
So aren't we fortunate? We've come down
He
with
doesn't
him.
stop.
He's home for a week.
Well,
to have morning tea. So
just loves talk.
this might be, you never know, this might be the last time we'll ever see him. Do you know what I mean?
It's a lovely
Do you
place
live around
to be.
So I
here?
said we'd just
we
walk
live in
right
Oregon.
round to the beach where we used to come and
Oh.
feed the ducks
Yeah.
there.
So we were in the
And
city
then
this
buck,
morning, so
buck,
we just
and
thought,
walk to the beach,
hop
have a
back
little
in.
paddle.
I love that.
And
You've got the right shoes for the
Lovely,
job too.
Oh right, yes, I did. Yes,
Not had a bit
right.
lunch
Well,
yet.
these are for you.
Oh, bless your heart.
I was going
not
to say
yet.
give them to your grandkids, but
No,
if
but
it's
they-
21, you
Yeah.
might not like
What do you
stickers as much.
Oh, the daughter might because she's into Frida Kahlo.
Quite a cup of
Oh,
coffee.
there
And
you
she
go.
She went to
That's
her
fine.
I like
house
this too. She went to the house.
in
That's lovely.
Mexico.
Good player.
Yeah.
Should
Got a
play
scholarship
on.
last
Not
year
at the moment, it's
for a
not
month
Yeah.
from Auckland
But it's
University
reasonable.
and the
Oh, wow.
government.
It's very good.
Came top of
Clear
Little
car
Northcote
parking.
College.
Yeah.
Came top in New Zealand in
There
Spanish.
we go.
Oh,
It's a
CC.
wonderful
So
day
now
for
she's
her.
done 4.5 years
I'm
of
actually
double
getting
degree
quite
in
hot.
language and business,
Oh, fantastic.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Now she's got to get a job.
Yep, that's a tough thing. See, that's
So
what my.
then she got another 5 months one. Went,
Yeah.
And went to Valparaiso and lived in Valparaiso from July till Christmas last year.
Oh, I see.
And had to speak Spanish all the time.
Well,
She might be in Barcelona at the moment, actually. I don't quite know.
good luck with the
So-
job hunt for her.
But
And
she got to Frida Kahlo's house
that's
just
lovely.
after the exhibition was here.
And Barcelona is absolutely stunning
Oh yes, she's
for
got to go to the
galleries.
cathedral. 2 more years, 2026. It should be finished. We saw it about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And Gaudi's Park, absolutely wonderful in Barcelona. We've been there.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
So we've got 65 years of treasures for children.
Yeah, that was
65 years of treasures.
65. That's what I said to Ethan. The Harbour Bridge opened in June.
Yeah.
65 years ago. We built a house in Forest Hill Road, 6 away from Westlake Boys. Westlake
Yeah.
Boys wasn't there. It was a farm right down to Wairau Road
Yeah.
at the time. And we had a big empty terrace for the tanks
Yes.
to put in. And we got married at Labour weekend, but the water came over the Harbour Bridge in the June. So we had, the North Shore had water reticulation. 60
Look at that.
Lots of memories.
It may have been
And I can
65 years, but you remember everything like it was yesterday.
Oh yeah, pretty good.
That can't be handy for you. You can't put a foot out of line in 65 years, or you'll be reminded about it every day. She wouldn't do that to you, would she?
No.
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 I know my limitations. I can make the bed in the dishwasher.
She's still teaching me how to make the bed, and I've learned how to open the dishwasher, but
Oh, yeah?
putting things in and taking them out,
You
we're
can
working
empty
on
it
that.
now, and he's
Yeah.
learned to. Yeah, in the last we've been
And have you heard of this thing that you do with clothing and bed sheets? It's called washing.
Oh yes.
Shelby's been teaching me that.
Oh right.
You put
Yes.
things in a machine that makes them wet,
Yes.
and then it dries them off.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible.
I
Yeah.
never had a washing machine. We're in Bert Sutcliffe retirement. We've been there. Started our 6th year, but I have always hung my washing out on a clothesline until 5 years ago.
Wow.
Never had a washer dryer.
Have you ever looked back? Over the last 5 years, with your new dryer, do you miss the clothesline?
Yes, I do, because I put some out. We've got a big deck. That's why we bought it. We've got a 15-foot by 35-foot
That
deck.
is a big
We haven't
deck.
got a balcony, so that he can garden. He was out
Yeah.
trying to. We go up Rangitea. Do you know Birkenhead at all?
No.
Oh, it's where the
terrible with
buses stop.
locations.
It's where the buses stop straight up above us, and it's a big bank.
Yeah.
And because it was built on a cricket ground.
Yes.
At Sutcliffe, like this. So we are actually at ground level.
Ah.
2 below us. There's car parks because it's the bank, and there's only apartments on the front. So we've got this, and he just hops over a concrete thing, and he's in his garden. He was 2.5 hours there yesterday afternoon. gardening on his bank
It's wonderful.
with a pohutukawa tree and everything there.
Wonderful.
So just make the most of every day now because it's getting scary. I
Well,
tell you.
I agree with that.
The
Make
long-
the most of every day.
All his mates from
Yeah.
school have gone. I've got one girl of 89 that I've known from church days
Yeah.
since she was 12, and she lays on her back all day
Yeah.
in care.
Well,
And I
this is why you have family, the
I
next
drove to
generation.
Kumu the other day and then out to Waimauku and right along the old North Highway and all the way back down the Albany Road.
Well, that's impressive. That's
So,
impressive.
and out to the airport the other day. Very fortunate. But
Well-
today's a good day.
Today is a good day. You never know what's going to happen
We're
too.
still alive.
What do you reckon the probability is? Bear with me here. What do you think the probability? You're heading this way, are you?
I know, going home back to the
If you walk
Chelsea.
400 metres that way and you cross that little bridge and
Yeah.
you see that little pond on the right hand
yeah.
side and the sea to the
we used
left,
we used to feed the ducks there with
What?
the kids.
what's in the probability? What out of what do you think it is that you run into another artist doing this?
No.
Probably like 1 in 20, right?
Yeah, no, yeah. So it was wonderful to meet you here today. Enjoying the sunshine. Enjoying the sunshine.
And you know what? If there is another one, I bet he doesn't have stickers.
I know. I'll use these for bookmarks.
Oh, they'll make great book. I give them to kids most of the time, but
Oh, it's an elephant. I had it upside down.
yeah.
And that's
A lot of
flower.
people do that.
Well, you handed it to me.
Some people, I need to tell them which one the flower and which one the elephant is.
Yeah, no, he's beautiful. Grandma does talk a lot, doesn't she?
Well,
Grandma
guys,
talks to anybody.
I better keep going with the painting so I can make some ground today because this is my job, and if I don't go fast enough, I won't get paid.
Well, when I went for my driver's license, I'm living on this at the moment. The other week in
Yeah.
May, when I was 88, the nurse said to me, one of the questions for memory is, how old were you when you started work? What year it was, and what did you do, and what have you done since then?
Yeah.
Right? So I was 15 and I worked for the top dressmaker in New Zealand. We did Vice Regal work, Lady Freiberg. So
Well,
the
there you
nurse
go.
looked at me because she didn't know who Lady Freiberg was. And I said, by the June, I made Lady Freiberg a black taffeta petticoat to go back to England in mourning because the king had died.
Wow.
And she looked at me and thinking, Charles, he's not dead. I said, the late Queen's father, 1952. He died on February the 6th, 1952.
There we
George.
go.
I said, and since then, I have only sewn.
Yeah.
I had my own little client at home that used to come. My babies would be back to sleep at 9:30 in the morning. A first client had come
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock for a fitting. The nappies had all been washed. I'm a very organised person, and then over the years just had more clients. Not a lot, but enough to keep
Enough.
my children
Yeah.
in clothes and me in clothes. And now at 88, I am still doing alterations at my retirement village. So nothing has changed in my life but sewing,
Wow.
and I can still sew and cut.
That's very impressive.
And
Your
I have-
hands can still sew and
I
cut,
even
you're doing
sew
well.
for people from the outside world. I've got a client that comes over. I'm just making her a suit, a wool suit from Herne Bay. She's bought me the fabric.
Yeah.
I've just had somebody in our village. I've made 8 things. She and her sister are cruising on the Queen Victoria. So they are all giving me an interest in my life of what they are doing.
That's
You see?
fantastic.
And that's what keeps that going.
That does keep the brain
Doesn't
going.
go like an 88-year-old's.
Well,
But
one thing that does happen though, I've got to keep this paint going, otherwise it gets too stiff.
I know, okay, come on.
But good luck on the rest of your walk, guys. It's been a
We're going
pleasure to
back
meet
now.
you both.
Drop him
When
home
it's
and
finished, what do you do?
do some more sewing.
This one here, once it's finished, it's going to head over to America.
Good.
Really?
Yeah. We'll put a frame on it, we'll put it in a nice protective box, then we'll ship it to America. That's the plan.
To sell at an art gallery.
Well, it's going to sell to these 2 gentlemen right here in the photo.
Good.
Oh,
They will show
oh,
up.
I see. So you're doing your interpretation of those 2 guys.
That's correct.
Right.
So we're going to capture the feeling of these 2 gentlemen.
Right.
And they've been together 46 years. Nothing on your 65 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In October.
65 years in October.
Yeah, we got
Well,
that.
these 2 have 46 years.
That's
Great.
a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah, that's
It's a long time.
to do together.
But
I know.
that's impressive. Now
Yeah.
head off on your walk, guys. Don't hang around here too long.
Come on, he's telling me to go.
You'll end up buying the piece of artwork if you're not careful. You'll get too attached to it.
Nice to talk to you, and thank you for those.
You're more than welcome.
Keep going.
Look after yourselves, guys. Catch you later.
Nice to meet you.
That was fun. Yeah, it's a lot of information. It was good to get. It's handy. How's Cooper?
She's asleep.
She's asleep. All right. Jason W says that was awesome. Oh dear. Kiwis. Yeah, so that's incredible, guys. So the gentleman's in his 90s and she's 88, and 5 years, so just recently they've moved into a retirement village, and she's still working sewing for people around New Zealand. I'm not going to say that out loud, Enoch, but that's very funny. Enoch said, holy yap. Oh, I've said it out loud now, but that's alright. But that's incredible, guys, because what happens is if you don't use it, you lose it. And that's where using your brain is so important as we get older. Same thing goes for learning. Got to keep learning, doing things. One day, I'm going to wander up to people in parks painting and be like, I used to do this when I was a child. My baby would come along with me and my partner would wait right there.
Hey, someone said, do you remember me from Indonesia?
Yes.
Who's that?
Wait, from Indonesia?
Yeah.
No, she's from Indonesia. So I don't think we met them in Indonesia. Unless we did. Did we meet you in Indonesia?
Yeah, that's fine.
Did we meet you like in person? Did we know you in Indonesia? If we did, that's really special. And what's he do with the painting? Oh, we've done that one, Nadia.
That was me.
Shelby, you're behind the play. You're behind the play. Yeah. Cheddar's having a go at you. Cheddar's like, come on, Shelby.
Sorry. How do you feel about the Josh Giddey trade?
I don't know what that's about.
Okay.
Maybe it's an NFL reference. And they traded a...
Will the ranch have first edition from Brett?
Yes. Is that from Brian, is it?
Yeah, that's Brian.
Brian, it will have first edition, absolutely. And that'll be available for, I would say... I'll need to check. It'll say on the listing though how long, it'll have like a timer on it for how long first edition is out for. But there will also be open edition for the ranch. So 700 Springs Ranch, first and open. I'll tell you all about it once Dahlia's is up. I got an email from Josh this morning, so they may have opened the artwork. If they have, we'll put a timer on 700 Springs Ranch to come out. But at the moment, Dahlia's is the big one, which is really fun.
The grandkid, he was hilarious. Apparently she always does that.
She was lovely. That's a really, really exciting way. You know, the art of talking to people and having a conversation and stuff, it's kind of lost, you know. Which is funny because she walked past and she started by saying, you know, I hope you're not talking to yourself there, you know, you must be on, you know, you must be talking to the device. So she knew the device was on. But I should have told her to come over here and talk to you guys, and then I could have gone for another coffee and come back, and that would have been pretty funny. All right, guys, this is short header, and I'll be back in about 35 minutes. I honestly think it would go viral. I feel like it all band together and make that go viral. Oh dear. How's the baby? How's fatherhood? Jason. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Being a father's fun. Being a father is fun. It's definitely a change. Everything changes, but like, that's a good thing, guys. Like, Think about it like, here's a good idea. Think about like Spyro, who's a gamer. Spyro 1, 2 and 3. Spyro 1 was fantastic, but it couldn't stay like that. Number 2 changed a little bit, but it was still great, and it was different in its own way. And 3, again, another stage. Life's about stages, and well, the last stage was fun, but the dad stage, that's pretty cool too. 30s have a lot to be cranked into. I can't wait till the baby starts laughing. It's going to be an absolute treat. Absolute treat. Speaking of, these two gentlemen here, I haven't told you this yet, but this is Dave and Rick. And Dave and Rick throw the most incredible, and I mean the most incredible, Halloween parties, and the most incredible, I mean, like, I'm not saying that it's almost like art. I'm saying that it is art. The light show that they put on at Christmas time, it is absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. These two know how to put on a show. And that's really special. That's pretty special. One day, hey Shelby,
Yeah.
one day we're going to put on light shows as good as Rick and Dave.
I'm gonna let you champion that.
Yeah, and
That was way too hard.
I'll tell you what, Rick and Dave can come visit, and we can contract them for a painting to set up a light show for Christmas for us. It would literally make Cooper's year.
I mean, I'll
Make
be
my year.
enthusiastic about it, but
Shelby's enthusiastic about it. Cool, Shelby's pioneering it.
no, I'm not doing that. I'll watch it.
Shelby's
and
in charge.
I'll appreciate it. I do not have that
Did you guys
skill set.
hear Shelby say that she's arranging the whole thing?
No.
Mean. You know, I was really thinking that you're going to make me do it, but now, like, with that level of enthusiasm, I'm really excited to see what you come up with. No soda pop was found on the adventure, Shelby. Shelby, you didn't find soda pop.
I went the wrong way.
Cheddar's not happy with you. Cheddar says, not angry, disappointed. Yeah, so it's not about beating up about this time, it's about discussing about how we can be better for the next one. Perpetual improvement. Okay. Alright. There's a little bit of lashing on these colours happening here, which means that the underlying colours try and pull away. It's a term that I made up just now. The underlying colours are a little bit tacky, and if I stroke too hard, they'll pull away, which creates these sort of drag lines. Now, that can be a technique in some ways, but it can also have a weird impact on the overall painting. So we've got room now to go with about one more colour, I'd say. One more time. One more time. One more time. One more time.
Well, if you give me the keys, I'll go get the soda water.
We might hit the track in another 20 minutes.
Alright.
You want to hang out here, or do you want to go for a wander? Still.
Okay.
I'll get the keys. Yeah, can we get some water outside? We might be having some more fun too. And I don't know if it will be, but
Did you leave the keys in the car?
I wouldn't dare do that.
You absolutely would. I think you did.
I think I did.
I think the car's open.
Oh, well, car's unlocked. You better go.
Do people know where
Go
we
check.
are? Because they can steal our car right now.
Unless it's in your jacket pocket.
I don't think I have the keys.
All right. Well, we better go save the car then.
I definitely don't have the keys. Okay, the car's...
Quick. 55 people have heard that our car's unlocked in the car park across there.
Yeah. Do they know where we are?
Everyone knows where we are. They can see it. They can triangulate it.
Alright, guys.
Hurry, hurry.
The car's black. I'll race ya.
We'll get that fixed. I left the keys in the car. No soda pop was found in the adventure, Shelby. The baby will be painting on the beach. Yeah, maybe one day. Lois is on a, oh, that's fun. That's fun. Greetings from USA, Solar Punk, or Tim. I prefer Solar Punk. Lance Wolf, and I'm in America, so you don't have to worry about me. I just got it. Some guy says he's, not some guy, Jason says he's in America, so we don't need to worry about him. Yeah, cool. Cool. I left the keys in the car, guys. We're a trusting bunch here in New Zealand. A trusting bunch. Sometimes a little much so, but I think there's a lack of determination on your part to not think you can get here from America the amount of time it will take to steal a car. Or at least just hide the keys to give me a run around. I'm just going to spin these ever so slightly, team. One more time. To miss you. Dun 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 dun. Know that I've always been beside you. Dun 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 dun. All these years. All right, let me show this picture one more time, team. Where we're at right now. Voila, here's our couple. We're trying to capture the feeling in the shot. We're not after the facts as such. We will get the facts. It's gonna be halfway between the feelings and the facts. There we go. Drop down. There we go. Warmth, depth, and love. So what comes from 46 years, guys? Connection, love, and depth in a relationship. A lot of things come from that, but if we can get depth in the shot, that'll represent the depth of the connection these two gentlemen have. And if we can get love into the shot, that'll come from the sporadic, wild kaleidoscope of colors that we have. And then of the photo itself, we need to capture the fundamental facts that the photo gives us. That'll remind them of this moment 46 years ago. So we've got a couple of jobs to do before we call this a finished piece. But to start with, very simply put, the depth of the blues as an underlying base to put depth into the picture, and the warmth of the yellows and reds. Warmth into it and depth into it. Now love will only come once there's about 20 colours in here all exploding out of it. And depth only comes from many, many layers. Many, many layers. It's like a visual, literal representation of depth. That's what's happening there. Yeah. Okay. You always seem to find it, even after all these years. Da da dun dun, da dun 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 da dun dun, dun 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 da dun 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 da. There's know that. Little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, makes a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, ooh, a little bit of that, da da da. I'm gonna put this one back into the mix. This, voila, and that can go there. And this one, dun, 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 dun. Let me go back on the comments here, guys. I missed it. Hey, Paulo. Hey, how you doing? I'll let you know if the car is still here and if it's been stolen. Wish me luck. Yeah, fair enough. I wish you luck. The car's been stolen, we're doing it right here on live. In fact, we can turn it into a find Seb and Shelby's car live. People can jump in from all over Auckland and be like, I saw it, eastbound and down. Yes, you. Okay, this is a natural colour. So green, there's a lot of nature around these gentlemen. And green puts that really natural, beautiful feel into a picture. And we want that in here. We want it to feel at a fundamental level inside the painting that there's this natural tranquility in nature. There's nothing more natural in this entire world than love. Green's going to add that. We don't want to overdo it with green though. We do with magenta, blue, red, these sort of colours that we'll find pockets for and exaggerate in really fun ways that don't overly control what the painting has to become. Ooh. There we go. Cindy, welcome on in. Yes, luck. Thanks, Apollo. Are you the only artist in your family, or does it run in your family? Great question, Jason. Let me just make sure I've got all the bits and pieces. Yeah, looking good, the artwork. Thanks, Jasmine. But my imagination is different. That's great. That's great. That's what an imagination is supposed to be. If it's the same, then we're truly lost. Your imagination is supposed to be unique. The fact that it is, I'm proud of you. That sounds great. This is true. I just read that, funnily enough, and I just agreed with it immediately, and then realized I just said it as well. There's nothing more natural than love. I know that because if you could choose one emotion to feel for the rest of your life, even beyond happiness, is love even emotion? If you could feel one thing, you'd choose love. If you could pursue one thing, or have one last thing, it would be love. Even, and the funniest thing about love is even if you've never experienced it, you would still give everything to have it. What other emotion or thing in the world do you do that with? Not cars, not houses, not riches, not careers. Even if you've never had it, you'll always give everything to get it. It's either. Love is either the most pure, natural thing in this entire world, or it's the most unnatural, outlandish, outrageous concept in the world. Something that without even experiencing it, you'll give away everything for. Well, the very fact that we ask that question is what makes it human, what makes it so, well, not just human, but makes it real. It makes it something really special, worth living for. Love is the only thing truly worth living for. Not just love for people, but love for anything. If you don't love, take it. God, now that especially now that I'm a dad, and with, and when you've found a partner that means the world to you, it's really, really hard to imagine a life without love. Like, you always want it. It's there in abundance. You've got a little kid looking up at you who, even right now, looks at you with abundant, unconditional love. And see, I feel like that comes out too here with Brian and Dave. Unconditional love. After 46 years, the conditions are gone, guys. If there were conditions, they're no longer there. They're no longer there. Maybe there's agreements, there's compromises, there always is in relationships, but unconditional love, you can just look at this photo, and the very fact that Brian would like to see this photo come into existence, to know that there is love, deep, long, permanent, unconditional, never-ending love. And that kind of love is always an absolute, abundant pleasure to paint. I love painting animals. Animals have this innocence and this pleasure and this joy and this companionship to them. But I love painting love more than almost anything else on the face of the planet. I love capturing love, and these two have that. So I know this is their moment, but this is something special for me too. This is a portrait for Rick and Dave, but yeah, capturing love. And like, this is about Rick and Dave this time, but I want to say that about that wedding portrait as well. This is as on the same playing field. The wedding portrait is like the big declaration of love. That one went to the UK. At the epitome of the moment where the family's there, everyone's there around them, they're surrounded by an art, you know, the colours were just abundant. And this one here, it's sort of creating a permanent moment, you know, indefinitely for the first moment they met, which is a really special time. That's so cool. And staying pen pals, like, now we've all got the internet and we do things differently, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? Letters. To get a letter, you know, and see the person's handwriting and know they touched it and know that they wrote this with you in mind, and then to do that backwards and forwards for a period, like, there's a beautiful romance in this. Kind of like The Notebook. You know, there was a lot of letters in The Notebook. All right. Yes, of course, Izzy. I'll grab the real picture for you. The moment I meet... Oh, that's cool. The moment you met your girlfriend, you knew. That's lovely. I love that. Hi, Seb. Hello, Alberto. There we go. Here's our picture. Two gentlemen. 46 years. 46 years. Beaten only by the lovely lady and her husband who just walked by with 65 years. But a very, very impressive amount of time. What do I think about that? I think you learn things. I think we all know something special is there, and the reason why I say that is we all gravitate towards people like, you know, man gives advice for being together 46 years. Woman talks about her experience being married for 50 years. You know, in the same way, Rick or Dave could tell us actually, you know, what's the secret? In fact, hold that thought, team. Hold that thought. I'm going to go back to Dave tonight. I'm going to ask him, what's the secret? I haven't asked him yet. Now I feel silly. I haven't asked him what the secret is. We're going to do one more colour. One more. One more time. One more time. My parents just celebrated oh, God, that's cool. Guys, everyone on social media is typically talking about dating and, you know, single life, all that sort of stuff. That's cool, guys. And I'm seeing a proliferation of content. No, sorry, that's cool what you're doing, not that stuff on social media I'm talking about, but I am seeing a proliferation of content, which is like, actually, you know what, I'm gonna date for marriage. I'm gonna date for love. I'm gonna, like, it's a weird thing in a pocket in social media and a pocket in life in general, or maybe it's the 21st century, that we suddenly felt like you shouldn't be dating for love or marriage. Like, you don't say on the first date, I'm looking for love. But it should be an inherent understanding that that's everyone's goal. Like, to not have the goal of wanting to be loved is weird, right? That's scary. Surely the goal is to be loved. Surely the goal is to want to love. Here are our friends coming. We've got Lois, Shelby, and Cooper. And we're going to go the final colour off the ranks, cerulean blue. This is our last colour. Wow. It's like a slightly lighter but completely different hue to ultramarine. and 7 times more expensive, which it is what it is. Hello guys, how we doing?
Good.
What have we got? Oh my god, I would love some water.
There we go.
H2O. Delicious.
We're gonna go to the cafe, so we'll see you there.
Um,
Do you want me to take anything? The car's still there.
That's good.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I left the keys in the car.
Technically,
And
I
there's-
did. They were in the baby bag.
There's 67 people here, and not one of them made fun of me. In fact, one of them said he's in America and can't steal it, and another one, it was Jason, and then another person came in and said that they would help us track them down in Auckland if we needed to.
That's
So-
nice.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a support crew. Support crew. No one trying to triangulate our location and steal the car.
They're probably like, I don't want a car that's got an interior covered in paint. I'd like a nice clean car, please.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
All right, no, I need everything here, so I'm gonna stay here for a bit longer. I've got one more colour to add, and then I will follow you out.
Cool. Well, here's the keys.
Thank you, appreciate that. Good luck at the cafe, guys.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Oh, come here, Lois. Come here.
Do you want to disturb?
No, yeah, no, don't want to disturb. This top so scary.
see you.
What?
Terrifying.
Catch you guys. You scared her away, guys. Hey, Lois. Clover says you got a sweet voice.
Aww.
Yeah. Good water, actually. There's a little fur ball there, but it's not actually paint. I thought I'd go Payne's grey on me for a moment. Cheers, Rudy. Bad Boy Pete. Great name. I'm just going to say Bad Boy. Things going good, Bad Boy Pete. We got one more colour, and then I'm going to dash. So let's do that. Just got here. You're growing dates, or what now? I wish I was growing dates. Oh, I was talking about dating culture. You know, everyone talks about bada bing. I'm gonna use that same brush actually. I want the same brush. Well, dating culture, and I think there is this proliferation, almost a reaction to it, saying that no, we want to start with love. Like, not start with love, find love. That's the core idea. Like, even Barney Stinson in How I Met Your Mother, like, the biggest ladies man of all time, he just wanted love. We all do. Anyone who says they don't want love as a fundamental is just insecure. Like, there's nothing else, there's nothing, like, things are worth living for, but nothing's worth living for more than love. And to forget that, if you ever forget that, you become a very dangerous person. By the way, thanks for making us happy. Hello from Malaysia. G'day, welcome on in. Good to have you here. And I'm glad I could make you happy. Hello! Not yet. But I'm excited to find out. Here we go. Beautiful. Sorry about that, guys. To just give you that whole yarn there. Oh, Cindy, I'm glad you love the colours. Haversil, you were totally all good. Your grandparents were fantastic, and good to have you in here. You legend. Shelby was saying that she was like, oh, their grandson was an absolute champion. So I didn't get a chance to talk to you, sorry about that, but yeah, you look like a cool dude. Is that Waiheke Beach? Waiheke Beach? It's bada bing bang bong. It is. What beach is it? I don't know the name of this beach, but it's by the. Chelsea Sugar Factory. And we wanted it because the light's just in the right place. I'm just going to add, like I say, just adding in a little bit of cerulean blue before we call it a day. This isn't going to pop anything major out of the painting, but it is going to give us a good base for additional colours. That's the plan. Miss Honey, you got back into painting over the weekend. You champion. Get into it. Get into painting. It's healthy. It's healthy and it's nice. Good for the soul. Go to the gym. It's good for our bodies. We paint. It's good for the soul. Bye, Izzy. We'll catch you later. I swear all the beaches look familiar in Auckland. Yeah, they kind of do. So what we're talking about there is, it's called MNM, and it's just a suspected, unproven, complete wild card. What do you call it? It's not a drug. It's just something. It's just a little white powder. You take it kind of like creatine or protein powder, and ideally it gives you greater awareness and longevity. But the problem with these things, guys, is they cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of money, and there's very little proof that they actually work because it takes so long to research. So on one hand, it's fun, but on the other hand, it's sometimes not the best investment. But I like the book Dr. Sinclair wrote about lifespan, and as the anti-aging professor at the University of Harvard, he's got a little bit of clout, and you shouldn't take anything anyone says as gospel, but you can certainly, with a grain of salt, listen to what he says and consider what might be the case in, I don't know, 2030. But don't think, we as humans, we do want to discover things early. We're into that. If you're into actually waiting for all the evidence to happen and come out, which does happen eventually, then just wait. Totally fine. But if you're like me and you're a wee bit curious, and you like to explore, then M&M's are a bit fun. It's just available. They're advertising all over Instagram at the moment, Facebook. I think I saw them on TikTok, to be fair. I forget. Hello to South Africa. Yeah. Dr. Sinclair's a really interesting guy, and I like him because he doesn't just, he's very clever, but in his book he really contemplates the morality of the situation with age, and he says he's not into making people live longer as such. He's into bringing more vitality to the years we do have, and I think that's a really cool vision, because I think if you've gone through a period of years where you haven't had a good diet or bad exercise or whatever it might be, we can sometimes fall into a rut and not live as well as we could live. And Dr. Sinclair doesn't want that to be the case for any of us, ideally. No one should tell you what to do, but if you wanted to, you should live with a bit of vitality and joy. And so we know that eating veggies, honestly guys, if you're not having veggies, that's a great place to start before jumping on these things. 5 veggies or 5 fruit a day, healthy food. Start with that, and then jump. I think he even says that in the book. Start with the water and start with the food, and then go towards the wild cards, let's call them. Hello Mike, welcome on in. I miss New Zealand, my favourite trip ever. What jacket did you and your wife end up getting, Matthew? Funny you asked that. Shelby ended up panicking, and we haven't bought it yet. So she's going to lament on the decision. The crowd voted for pink. Shelby kind of just wanted to be told blue, but now she thinks, well, people think I'll look good in the pink, so what should I do? And I've, in the most helpful boyfriend manner possible, told her that it's entirely up to you, I can't help with this one. So what do you do with that? You can go down there. A bit more water. Okay, and the walk back this time, we're going to need to carry this painting on our head. So if you're here at the start when we came out, we had it under our arm. Now that it's wet, you never normally see this, guys, but now that it's wet, we can't walk along with it under our arm. Otherwise our arm or our body will touch it. It's that simple. We can't have that. So we get all packed up. I'm going to move you away a little bit so you can see this. You're in the right position there? Yeah, you are. Bang on. Perfect. Get both. I mean, that is a fun idea. Go with the blue if she likes the one she's wearing it. And we're going to love that paint. Oh, thanks, Cindy. It's been a fun painting so far, but Cindy, everything I do, if you were to call it a brand, I want to spread joy and spread vitality, inspire vitality. And that's so easy to do when people bring me paintings with so much love in them. Like, it's not hard to find the love in a photo like this, and that makes it incredibly easy. It's like when someone, and it's good having this edge on it too, just watch this, guys.